Oh God!
Oh. Oh!
Oscar? Oh!
What's
Dan's Van Life is a YouTube channel where Dan documents his adventures living on the road with his faithful dog, Cassie. While his videos usually focus on the freedom, beauty of nature, and the simple pleasures of van life, things aren't always as peaceful as they seem. In a video he posted on August 3rd, 2023, Dan was exploring Colorado and enjoying the breathtaking views. The day began like any other, and by evening, he drove deeper into the wilderness, searching for a quiet and remote place to park for the night.
Decide whether I'm just gonna camp at this parking lot right here or if I'm gonna drive further into the forest and look for a real campsite. It's tough because it's the weekend right now, so there's a very good chance that I won't find a campsite open. Here's the next camp spot. Oh, no one's here. All right, just scoped out our spot, and it is looking like it's your spot. I think I'm just gonna land it right there. I could get all the way up in between those trees, but it's gonna be more unlevel. So we think we're just gonna land it right at the entrance there, and nobody will think that they're gonna be pulling into the campsite either.
Happy with the spot he found, Dan parks his van and starts getting ready for the night. After enjoying a simple dinner with Cassie, he decides to take a short walk into the forest to get a better feel for the area he planned to stay in. But shortly into his walk, something unexpected shatters the peaceful atmosphere.
It's like horse poop. There's either a moose or a horse right outside of the van right now. And he just made a scary noise. Or a bear. There's a bear right outside the van. Hey, bear. He's huge. He's huge. If I wouldn't have said something, he was gonna go in the van. If I wouldn't have hollered, hey bear, he was about to walk his way right into the van. Stay. Cassie, sit, sit. What are the odds of that the second I walk away, what are the odds that the second I walk away from the van, a bear just comes strolling in? What are the odds, dude? I could have stepped out the door right into his face.
You have to admire how calmly and thoughtfully Dan handled the situation. Luckily, he spotted the bear just in time, before it got too close. And even more fortunately, the bear seemed curious rather than aggressive. It was also a stroke of luck that Cassie happened to be on her leash at that moment. If she hadn't been, things could have taken a much more dangerous turn. Dan ended up spending the rest of the night safely inside his van, watching a movie and slowly letting the tension ease. The once peaceful forest now felt a little less predictable. Miranda is the type of girl who enjoys documenting her daily life on TikTok. Not just the trendy bits, but the everyday stuff too. For her, it's like a digital diary. One day, while hiking in the woods with friends and filming as usual, something unsettling happened. Through the trees, they saw a little girl standing silently, just staring at them. At first, they thought she might be a ghost. Curious and a bit scared, they chose to follow her. And that's when things got really strange.
All right, so this little girl's lost, and now we're looking for her. You need help looking for them? Did y'all see that?
Where are you going?
Hey, do you know where your mom is? Or your dad? Are you lost? Are you lost?
We're trying to help you.
Are you okay?
We're friendly.
Are you lost?
You know where your mama and dad is, so you can get with them? You shouldn't be by yourself out here.
Say
Huh?
what? He went pee? Here, I can't hear you. I'm gonna get a little closer so I can hear you.
I'm gonna go tell Uncle Randy what's going on.
As it turned out, the girl wasn't a ghost, just a young child who had gotten lost in the forest. The real mystery was her missing parents, who were nowhere in sight. Later, Miranda shared the entire experience in an update video for her followers.
Alright, so a quick story time before bed. The little girl was walking around lost. There was a grandmother and a couple of other kids, and apparently the other kids were also missing, and the mom was out looking for them. We didn't see them, or else we would have also brought them back to the grandmother. Whenever I stopped recording the video, I grabbed my uncle and also saw the grandmother and reunited them. Not sure how they got separated, but I guess that's why they have leashes for kids.
Fortunately, the girl's grandmother was nearby, and they managed to reunite them. It was a relief that they located her just in time. The child appeared visibly scared and unsure, not knowing who to rely on or how to react. Kevin, the creator of the channel Small Plots, is known for his love of nature. His videos are usually calm, relaxing, and charming. But in this video, things were different. Kevin had planned a stealth camping trip in a sketchy, isolated part of the woods. After a short hike, he found a spot that looked suitable and set up his tent.
It's kind of a big pain in the butt, to be honest. There's rocks in the ground on one side, a big root in the other. Still the best spot around here, especially because I'm really running out of daylight here. Not a ton of time before the sun sets. The best part about this tent setup is there's trees right there that I can easily just hang a ridge line and just easy tarp it. Don't have to figure anything crazy out. I want to do that soon. Any semblance of sun has made way for overcast skies, or, you know, it's just setting. I can see kind of some yellow in the distance, but any clearness in the sky, rather, is completely gone. Total overcast, no drip drops yet, but I can feel them in my bones.
As night settled in, he cracked open a beer, relaxed in his tent, and spoke casually to the camera, just like any normal night. Then, something happened.
It's got to be a rain alarm for the airport right over there. I've heard that before when I've been camping in the vicinity while it was raining. And they're like, oh God! Something just ran by the tent. It was the lights in my eyes, I couldn't see anything. Had to have been a deer. Whew! I saw like movement and this lights in my eyes. It must have come like right down a hill here and ran across. Oh man. Oh man. That was 3 feet from me. Between the eerie alarm happening over at the airport and whatever it was that just ran past me about 3-4 feet in front of me, I think it's safe to say I'm a little bit on edge. I'm just sitting here, letting my eyes get used to the darkness, scanning. I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the quote-unquote horizon, the top of the berm. I don't see anything in the dark. I don't see lights. The only thing that makes me think it wasn't a deer was I didn't hear any crashing before or afterwards. Deer are not like that subtle. And I didn't hear any crashing before it came in. Maybe when I listen to the video I will. But I didn't hear any crashing before or after. I just heard something run past me. I'm sure the camera picked it up. It was like right there. Whew, eerie. Of course, my brain keeps going like, what if it was a person? But I don't think a person would be that light on their feet. It was really fast.
He never saw or clearly heard anything, but out of nowhere, an intense feeling of unease hit him, like someone else was there. The silence felt off. There were no footsteps, no movement in the trees, no animals, just an overwhelming sense of dread that lingered. Whatever it was, it really shook him. To this day, Kevin says he still can't explain it, and that strange, almost too perfect silence is what haunts him the most. Z Fishing TV is a well-known YouTube channel that focuses on fishing adventures, tips, and outdoor experiences. It features exciting fishing trips, gear reviews, and personal stories from scenic locations. On December 19th, 2023, the creator was out fishing alone from a kayak in a calm, quiet area. After trying different spots for about half an hour with no success, he decided to move farther along the shoreline to switch things up, and that's when something completely unexpected happened.
I think I throw in the bottom. And that is not cool. Oh,
Alright guys, I already called 911 and someone is gonna come out here and check that out. But that's definitely a body, yo. Unless it's a freaking mannequin, which I hope it is. But alright, they're about to come. So let's go back.
While paddling to a new location, he spots something unusual in the distance that immediately draws his attention. Not knowing what it is, he carefully moves closer while recording. His tone quickly changes from relaxed to serious as he tries to understand what he's seeing. After a short while, he contacts the authorities to report it and leaves the matter to them.
Hey, so you see that red? See that's over there?
okay.
Oh yeah, it looks, you can see it's like a hand kind of grabbing and like a head. You see that red little spot right there?
Yeah.
Right there. Like straight right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like 3 houses. Did you see what happened? I'm looking at
No, I just came in, I just started fishing.
And you saw
Was
him?
going to a dock and I stopped there to fish for a little bit. And I was moving, and as soon as I moved, I was trying to cross, I saw something floating. And I see that, like a body. I was like, oh, you know.
Thank you.
So I'm like, man, I told the lady, I don't know if I should get that close.
Now,
I mean, I saw, if he was moving, I would have tried to,
yeah,
you know.
so you saw him laying there.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how long he's been over.
No.
I heard flyers went out there. They're probably going to disturb the body before we get there, but I need to...
Rental?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can put as much as you want. We're doing Hanford. Oh, so this is your truck, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Police arrived and used his kayak to get better access to the area. It was clear the situation required professional attention. What started as a quiet, relaxing fishing trip quickly became something far more serious. We hope Z Fishing is doing well after such a disturbing and unexpected event. Experiences like that can leave a lasting impact. The authorities couldn't confirm the identity of the person or how they ended up there, so it remains unclear whether it was just another fisherman or something completely different. Tim Murazov, a Russian YouTuber known for his camping trips and creepy ghost hunting content, heads into a forest believed to be cursed in this episode. He's joined by his loyal dog, Kuchum. The video starts off calmly as Tim sets up camp and enjoys the peaceful solitude. But once night falls and he settles into his tent, strange noises start to break the silence. Footsteps crunching in the darkness just outside.
What is this? Kuchum.
Disturbed by the noise, Tim steps outside to investigate. Suddenly, Cucum picks up on something deeper in the forest and takes off into the darkness. Tim calls out for him, but Cucum doesn't come back.
Прошло уже 2 часа, как я зову Кучума, он не приходит. Я надеюсь, что ничего плохого не произошло, и он всего лишь погнался за каким-нибудь зверем или просто ушел погулять. Кучум! Больше ничего не слышно. Ни лая.
Concerned, Tim builds a fire and waits through the night, hoping Cucum will return. But when morning arrives, there's still no sign of his loyal companion.
Сейчас я собираюсь тут дойти и посмотреть, что там.
Determined to locate his dog, Tim starts exploring the nearby area. Close to his campsite, he discovers unsettling evidence: a recently extinguished fire with coals still warm to the touch and strange stick formations set up in unnatural ways. Even though his unease grows, Tim presses on with his search until darkness returns. At one point, he has to hide, sensing that someone or something is nearby.
Барабаны.
Just when the situation feels bleak, Cucum suddenly returns, seemingly drawn back to Tim as if he sensed the danger. The dog helped Tim get away from whatever was lurking in the forest. This video is from Philly and Keely, a YouTube channel that documents a couple's full-time van life adventures, traveling across Europe and beyond. On February 12th, 2023, they were exploring the impressive rock formations and ancient monasteries of Meteora, Greece. They parked their van on the edge of a boulder field, enjoying the natural surroundings and rock climbing opportunities. Throughout their visit, they soaked up the dramatic views, toured historic sites like Varlam Monastery, cooked inside their van, jogged to stay warm in the cold, and climbed outdoors. But one night while camping near the hot springs, they encountered one of their scariest moments yet. Strangers came out of the darkness and forcefully tried to break into their van, pulling on the door and demanding it be opened. Despite clear signs someone was inside, the intruders refused to leave, turning the situation into a tense and dangerous confrontation.
We're going to send out this video, but somebody just tried to break into the van. Not ideal. What are you shining your light for?
Where's your phone?
No! You're not police!
Am I coming in the front with you?
I don't know, I just can't see anybody anymore. They're just all of a sudden gone.
They just appeared out of
Bushes?
bushes.
They kept like telling me to open the door.
No, there he is there.
Where?
There's somebody in front of us over to the right.
Alright, sorry.
It's okay.
Do you think I was just going to open the door?
He was trying the handle.
I know, that's when I knew it wasn't the police.
Yeah.
So now, we're just kind of stranded on the side of a road.
To give a little context, we'd been looking at park for night in this area. There's some hot springs, like we said, we wanted to come to hot springs. And we had read loads of horror stories on the park for nights. But then we knew other people who had been here, and we messaged and they were like, no, it felt totally safe. And you know, it's out of season. So we've had, where we've read park for nights before and had wonderful experiences. This was not that situation.
After a long day, the couple parked in a quiet, remote spot and started settling in for the night. Suddenly, loud banging shook the van, and someone began pulling on the door handle. Startled, they called out, only to receive an aggressive demand from outside to open the door. Without hesitation, they jumped into the front seats and drove away as fast as possible.
We parked up significant distance away from that other park up, but what can I say?
I'm really annoyed. Guys, the thing is for me, right, is the absolute audacity that they kept trying to get in the van and kept demanding that we opened the van to them. And I'm like, what was their plan? Did they have a weapon? Were they trying to, like, how were they planning to steal everything while we were both here? But there's so many of our friends have never experienced anything, have never had attempted break-ins. I don't know what it is that we exude that this van looks very breakable, innable, but
anyway, we're gonna probably not get much sleep, but we'll catch you guys in the morning after a night of, I don't know, contemplation. And
that was an incredibly frightening ordeal, particularly because the intruders were so aggressive and relentless. Normally, people knock and leave once they see someone inside, but this time they didn't. They stayed, insisted on getting in, and didn't care that the van was occupied. Luckily, Philly and Keely got away safely, but experiences like that can leave a lasting psychological mark. What's your take? Was it just a robbery attempt, or something darker? English Woodsman is a YouTuber who loves camping, and his content mostly revolves around that. While his channel isn't meant to be scary, he has had a few unusual encounters, though those videos are rare and not his usual style. His latest video has a bit of a creepy feel to it. He's simply camping overnight in the forest, just like he normally does.
So, 3 days ago, I went shopping to a very popular food shop called Farm Foods, and just walking around the supermarket, and I noticed they had a tent for sale. A tent in one of the most popular UK food shops of frozen food. They were selling a tent, a pop-up tent, plus a sleeping bag. Very, very cheap. Now, I have been doing videos like this previous on the channel. It's the first time you see me. My name's English Woodsman. I've been on YouTube for about 10 years on and off, making outdoor camping videos, and I think I found just a little bit of a market on YouTube, but not a lot of people have tapped into it, and that's going around supermarkets and stuff.
He set up his tent and chatted for a while, then grabbed something to eat and kept the conversation going. As the day went on, he eventually went back into his tent and waited for night to fall.
I'm not sure if this phone picks up like noises in the distance like the GoPro does, but anyway, since I decided to get up and have a look out, it's quieting down a little bit. But you know what, even though it's been a bit of a jokey video this, on it, a more serious note, the sleeping bag is not long enough. The air mat is just the air mat. The tent is just a tent. It's working.
He says he did a live stream discussing the place he was at, and that's when things started to feel a bit eerie.
I'm out of sleep, and I always like get a flash of light on the tent. Now, if you don't believe this and you think I'm doing it for clickbait or something like that, you can check out the live stream. I don't know if he's just trying to be a silly bugger about it, but, you know, it's just the way it is, isn't it? But I'm not enjoying it, and I think it's rude. I just have to wait, won't we? Told you. Looks like they're looking for someone. Oh, get down a bit. That must be someone who's seen my live stream, who knows where I am. I need to come this way a little bit. See, lights there now. Got to be looking for me.
That's odd. The person was clearly trying to find him. The way they shone their flashlight made it seem like they were hunting for something. It's unclear why they were searching. Could be a fan, or maybe something different. Ads Adventures is a UK-based YouTube channel centered around van life, slow travel, and quirky British adventures. On June 23, 2025, Ads had parked for a quiet overnight stay at a peaceful rural lay-by near Winchelsea Beach, surrounded by coastal views, grazing sheep, and a serene landscape. It seemed like the ideal spot to relax. This stop was part of a fun mission to pick up a rare antique from a shop in nearby Rye, possibly as a birthday present. After settling in, cooking dinner, and sharing his usual light-hearted commentary over a simple meal, things suddenly took an unsettling and unexpected turn.
I'm so confused about what's going on outside, right? Look at this. What is that? It looks like smoke coming out. Right, hold on a second, this is bad. Right, some lorry was just outside mine. Or just out the front. I swear that's a fire, that is not clouds. What is happening? It is. What is happening? Right, so I'm trying to film me at the same time as filming the fire up there. Something bad's happened, obviously. I know who it was because there was someone on my CCTV. It was all a bit weird. I'll tell you about it in a minute. I'm going to go speak to this bus driver.
Whereabouts are we?
We're in Winchelsea Beach.
Down near Winchelsea Beach. There's a fire involving a caravan by the looks of it.
Level Road.
Okay, thank you, my love. They've had several more calls. I've just rang them, and basically they are on their way.
Right.
They have had more calls.
I'm just going to go spin my van around in case someone comes back and does that to my van, because someone's done that.
It has looked like it has been done.
Well, it has been done because the geezer just ran past me, jumped in his motor and sped off that way.
It could be arson then.
Right, someone set fire to the van that's just down the road behind me, and it was the person who was parked in front of me. I'll explain more in a minute.
After dinner, Ads checks his CCTV and notices some strange cloud formations on the screen. Concerned, he heads outside to take a look and sees a camper van not far down the road fully engulfed in flames. As he approaches, he notices a bus parked nearby and speaks with the passengers. To his surprise, they reveal it wasn't an accident. The van had been intentionally set on fire.
Obviously, I'm no longer going to be staying here, but the old Bill, they're going to want to talk to me about this. I can see a flashing light up near it, so that's obviously some sort of traffic control coming along. The camper van is fully ablaze behind me there, this is no joke. We've got a massive tail of traffic all down here. I can hear the fire engine in the background. I'm just going to walk along the top, just going to see if I can see it a bit better from up here. It looks like they've already put it out, to be honest. I've just been chatting to those guys, probably been about 10 minutes now since that fire engine turned up. It looks like the drama has finished for now, but I am going to sit tight and see if the police turn up, because like I say, if I disappear now, it could look a bit suspicious on me. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, 1X camper van. Right, I'm gonna go find somewhere to park up where there's no arsonists milling around.
Fortunately, no one was inside the van when it happened, but that doesn't take away from how unsettling the situation was. Ad stayed calm on the outside, but it was clear the experience had shaken him. Realizing the person responsible might still be nearby and not wanting to risk becoming the next target, he decided to leave the area for the night, and honestly, who could blame him? It was definitely the right choice. A girl on TikTok was out hiking in the forest with her friend when they were unexpectedly startled by screams coming from far inside the woods. Here's the video.
They would mimic your scream. That never scared me anyway. Maybe it's just a bunch of kids trying to summon demons. That in the forest we're in? Yeah. Sounds like fun. The more you listen, the less scary it sounds. The more I listen, the more scary.
She says, "That sounds like fun," even though you can hear a woman screaming for help in the background. It feels like those girls didn't take the situation seriously, even though someone's life might have been at risk. While two girls alone might not be able to intervene if a woman was being attacked, they could have at least been more concerned. I really hope they contacted the police, but there's no proof they did. I can only hope. Some commenters think the sound might have been a bobcat or another animal, but if you listen closely, it definitely sounds like a person calling for help, not an animal. I just hope that if there was a woman out there, she's safe and nothing bad happened to her. On August 13th, 2022, Canadian content creator Meg Lizabeth uploaded a brief video showing a disturbing experience. While she was trying to get some sleep in what appeared to be a calm and quiet spot, an unusual noise started coming from the woods nearby. At first, the sound was barely noticeable, just a soft murmur in the background. But then, without warning, it grew louder and more piercing, immediately unsettling Megaliza. Her face tensed, clearly showing her fear as the noise intensified. Her eyes quickly shifted toward the darkness, as though the sound had triggered a deeper awareness, like she was hearing the forest in a whole new way. The video ends suddenly, but the uneasiness remains. What had been out there in the dark? James is well acquainted with van life. Living on the road full-time has always been his dream. But on this particular trip, that dream took a terrifying turn when he was suddenly woken by the sound of gunfire hitting his truck, his heart pounding. He quickly ducked down, confused and scared, with no idea where the shots were coming from or why they were being fired.
So a bunch of guys just pulled up and my truck with me in it. I was literally sleeping in the back and they shot it up. That was pretty crazy because these guys pulled up and, you know, I don't know. I think it was, hopefully it was just a bunch of kids or whatever, but, you know, even hopefully. But so I'm in the truck and, you know, these guys pulled up and I heard them pull up and I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm at this building because I was staying at that abandoned place. And I'm at this building and, man, it was crazy. They just started truck.
When the shooting finally stopped, James cautiously stepped outside to see what had happened, only to discover 8 bullet holes in his window.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I haven't found any rounds yet. They're small. It's 22 probably, right, or something. But I haven't seen any rounds in here or anything. My truck's a mess. But yeah. So aside from needing a new window, be careful if you do anything like this. Or a lesson to me too. You know, that was scarier than any paranormal experience or anything like that I could have. That was pretty wild. You know, you're sitting in your truck and it's being shot at, like, regardless of whether it's a small caliber or not. That was
Deeply shaken and scared, James made the difficult choice to cut the trip short and head back home.
that's like 2 feet away from my head. But so I was like half asleep. They pulled up. I was like, whatever, you know what I mean? And then started. I was like, oh my God, it was just crazy. It's a weird situation.
This wasn't some scary story around a campfire. It was real. One wrong move, and James might not have made it out alive. While out exploring and camping in a wooded area, 401 Files began experiencing some strange and unsettling events. This trip would definitely be one he wouldn't forget. It all started while he was casually talking to the camera, when things suddenly took a weird turn.
I've had the worst 3 hours. On the last scene that I was filming for you guys, I was sat on a log drinking a coffee, talking about how I was going to find somewhere to throw down the bivvy tent or the bivvy bag. I put my phone in my pocket, I got up off the log, and I walked about 1.5 miles approximately to a location that I found. I went to pull my phone out of my pocket to tell you guys that I'd found somewhere for the night. No phone. No phone. My heart sank, obviously, and I panicked. Big. Like, I really did panic bad. I raced back with my kit on my back to the log where I'd been sat previously, hoping that the phone would just be laid down the side of the log somewhere, falling out of my pocket as I've stood up. The phone wasn't near the log, but you're gonna have to forgive me, guys. I just want to get this bivvy up. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna get the bivvy up. Where's my other clip? Come on. Ouch. Where the hell? Do you know the worst thing about this setup, right, is that it's brilliant if you get started before nightfall. But because the poles are colour coordinated in the dark, trying to find which loops they go, which pieces of material they go through, it's an absolute nightmare. Add to that my hands are cold, add to that I'm absolutely terrified. Right, I'm in the bivvy, finally. That was an absolute nightmare, trying to set that up. It's something that I just don't use that often, like I'm always in the tent, but it does have its uses. You know there's going to be people watching this saying, stop being but I dare anybody to come out and do this on their own and not feel scared. It's not a good combination. Why is that tapping? What is that? The wind on the side, I think.
He had a bizarre moment where he lost his phone and later found it completely dead in an odd spot, farther away from where he remembered being, near a log he thought he'd been sitting on. The night was cold and eerily quiet, making it a tough one to get through. As he tried to settle in for sleep, he began hearing rustling noises outside his tent, coming from the woods around him. He knew right then it was going to be a long, uneasy night. Eventually, he made it through and headed home the next morning. The video is from English Woodsman, a YouTube channel focused on outdoor survival, bushcraft, and traditional wilderness skills. The host often shares techniques like starting fires, building shelters, foraging, and knife handling, all while camping in nature. On March 18, 2023, he sets out for a solo camping trip, initially in high spirits as he tries out a new tent and prepares meals using a twig-burning stove. But as night falls, things take an unsettling turn. turn. Strange sounds begin coming from outside the tent, shifting the mood from calm to tense as he starts to worry about what might be out there in the dark.
Right, so we're in the tents now. The rain started, and I've got a small problem with them 3 little holes. I'm not sure they're going to let a lot of the rain in, but to be fair, I don't want no rain coming in. So I'm going to have to think of the idea of what I was on about earlier. I can find which bag it is. I have these, and these are from the air mat. I have 2 of them, and I'm going to have to stick them over the holes. Well, I can rip it, so maybe I just have to use one. It's not ideal, but it's better than it leaking in. We're getting there. That's patch number 1 done. Just need to get the next one. Well, it's a bit of a nightmare to peel. I don't know if it's going to be a long-term fix, but at least for tonight it'll be alright, I think. There we go. Give the tent a good rub. There we go. I'm just going to have a quick look over, see if there's any more that I do need to cover up before I decide to get into my sleeping bag.
He enjoys his dinner and then climbs into his tent, preparing to settle in for the night. Before getting into his sleeping bag, he carefully seals any holes or gaps in the tent to ensure no rain can seep through. As rain taps against the top of his tent, he's suddenly awakened by the unsettling sound of footsteps circling his campsite in the dead of night. Tense and alert, he listens closely, heart pounding. Luckily, nothing else occurs, and he makes it through the night without incident. But what do you think was out there, and how would you have reacted if you were in his place? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The Grizzly Gaz YouTube channel follows Gaz on his outdoor adventures, often with his loyal dog Fendi by his side. He's well known for his relaxed and enjoyable wild camping trips, packed with helpful advice, honest gear reviews, and smart outdoor tricks. In a video uploaded on June 16, 2025, Gaz ventures into Judy Woods, an area surrounded by mystery and tales of UFO sightings and strange creatures. His goal is to explore the woods and see if there's any truth behind the legends, or if they're just old stories passed down over time.
Stealth, mate.
Mate, do you always have to muscle in on everything? Can't I just get me stuff in first? Let me sort this out. Van Gogh sleeping pad. Let's see if this is any good now it's not winter. I've got an alarm system. Our fence will just gone through. There we go, look. Number 1. Yeah. So if anything comes through that way, it should tell me. And if anything comes through that way, that one should tell me. So this should give me an early warning sign if anyone's coming into camp while I'm asleep in bed. Let's get us priorities right first, shall we? There we go, grain-free duck medallions. You love a duck medallion, don't you, mate?
With his campsite ready and the golden evening light streaming through the trees, Gaz relaxes and enjoys the peaceful setting. After having dinner in the quiet of the forest, night gradually settles in. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened, and Gaz starts to question whether the local myths hold any truth. Still curious, he takes a walk through the woods, but the silence is almost unsettling. Finding nothing, he returns and gets ready to sleep, still doubtful. But just as he begins to settle in, things suddenly take a strange turn.
I need to take my shoes off and that, and then if what happens during night, I'll let you know. And if not, I'll see you in the morning.
Dude, that's just lit up. Number 2.
The sudden alert immediately made Gaz tense up. Ever since he had set up the motion sensor, it hadn't gone off. Not even once, until now, in the middle of the night, just as he was drifting off to sleep. He sat up, frozen, straining to hear any sound. Footsteps, movement, anything. But the silence was complete. Too uneasy to unzip the tent and check outside, Gaz remained still, waiting. Whatever had triggered the sensor left no sign of its presence, only the unsettling feeling that he wasn't alone in the woods.
Maybe a bat or something went past it. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning now. Well, just after 2.
Gaz tried to brush it off, telling himself it was probably just a bat or something harmless, but the uneasy feeling wouldn't go away. No matter how hard he tried to relax, he couldn't shake the sense that something or someone was nearby. He lay awake in his tent for what felt like hours, listening closely for any sound, but the forest stayed eerily quiet. Eventually, he drifted off to sleep. By morning, the forest was back to life with birds singing and sunlight streaming through the trees. Still, the questions lingered in his mind. What had set off the sensor? What had come so close to his tent in such complete silence? Arms Family Homestead is a channel that showcases the daily life of a family who enjoys activities like fishing, hunting, and working on their land. It's a relaxing and peaceful watch that offers a glimpse into simple country living. In this particular episode, Daniel, the father, takes his child on a hunting trip through the wooded area of their property.
Struck out this morning. It's just the first day of season, but she had a birthday party to go to, and this guy has a tag in his pocket burning a hole. So to speak. They're electronic now. Tags are electronic. But Limpy Gimpy has been in the field like 3 nights in a row. I saw him last night bow hunting, and I just couldn't do it. And if he shows up tonight, I don't think we're going to have the same problem.
I might cry.
We'll see. I don't know. Houston and I are going to head to the woods, and maybe he'll have 2 bucks on the ground.
As soon as they got to the property, they began spotting deer and paused for a while to quietly watch them.
On camera in the field where we usually hunt. He's been here in this field at least 3 evenings in a row. We're in the wrong spot tonight.
In the distance, 2 armed men started making their way toward Daniel's private property. Daniel and his kids remained silent, trying not to scare off the deer, but the peaceful moment was quickly broken by the men's unsettling behavior.
We're fixing to be trespassers. They're sneaking up on our deer, trying to take of the 3 deer that are right in front of us. They better not. You be still. You be still.
The bullet completely missed the deer, but came alarmingly close to hitting Daniel. As soon as the men realized they weren't alone, they immediately turned and ran off.
2 guys, that's a public hunting area. 2 guys almost just, Houston and I, we're sitting in a blind on top of this hill right here. And those 3 does standing in front of us, they literally walked across the first gate, which put them on the private property. The second gate is my gate. They leaned on that gate right there and took a shot at our deer in our field. I came out yelling, not nice words, not in a nice manner. And the 2 pansies took off running. I called the game warden, called the park rangers.
Daniel quickly called the police, and thankfully, they were able to track down and arrest the poachers. The men had been trespassing on his private land and had fired a shot that came dangerously close to hitting Daniel or his son. It was a serious and frightening incident. His son was visibly shaken, struggling to come to terms with how close they had come to being hit and the terrifying image of a gun nearly pointing their way. It could have ended much worse, and it's a huge relief that no one was hurt. This unsettling video was uploaded by Andrew from the YouTube channel Proving Demons, known for exploring abandoned places in search of paranormal activity. But on July 25th, 2023, what began as a standard ghost hunt with his fellow explorers Kay, Alex, and Almond took a darker turn. While investigating a supposedly haunted, empty office building, they ended up facing something far more real and far more dangerous than they ever expected.
If you saw a face just now up there, what would you actually do? Would you continue?
Depends whose face it was.
It's like a ghost or something.
Oh.
Be careful of that.
Yeah, we'll do. Well, this has been locked up for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The team entered the building as they normally would, carefully and quietly, trying not to attract attention. Once inside, they started calling out, hoping to reach any lingering spirits. At first, everything suggested a typical paranormal experience, but then things changed.
Okay,
So it's found us. I don't like that. Can we also address the giggling? Yeah. Like, I'm 99% sure that's actual people outside.
We literally got. Smell. Somebody's here.
Okay, let's go downstairs.
Nice to step there. Alright, somebody's here. Oh, great. Come on, you guys, me and Alex up front. Oh. Careful. Do not run. Yeah, I know. Bottom floor.
At first, they assumed it might just be another explorer or a fellow investigator, but something about it felt off. The force of the banging, how the sound seemed to shift and follow, it didn't feel like innocent curiosity. It felt hostile, even more alarming. The noise was coming from the direction of their exit. Realizing their only way out might be cut off, the group knew they had to move quickly.
Is this a way out? Where? Find an exit. Just go. Find an exit.
Remaining composed despite the tension, they carefully navigated the dim, unfamiliar corridors in search of another way out. Eventually, they managed to escape the building, but the threat wasn't over yet.
Stop panicking. Go.
They've got weapons. Calm down. Andrew! Take this stupid camera. I just slashed my arm off. Go.
There's nowhere to go.
I've really hurt my arm. Guys. Stop. Get the map out. Get the map out.
Once outside, they found themselves disoriented, surrounded by dense vegetation and struggling to get a phone signal or figure out the direction back to their car. Then came the terrifying realization. They weren't just being followed by one person, but by three. That's when Andrew chose to stop recording. He needed both hands free, either to fight or to flee.
We're professional adults who do this as a career.
Let's just go.
Oh God, I hope so.
Aspinall of London? Something like that.
Do you want me to get you the exact coordinates? The exact? Amazing. Me senseless.
Right.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that all about?
I don't know. That's up though, man. That's so up. That was terrifying. We were all out in the bushes, like scrambling through the densest jungle you could imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, back to this is Hazelmere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got it.
So DA15 is a camera.
Oh God.
Oh my God, blue lights.
Yeah. They're on a mission. So they're getting the gun team and everything.
Yeah, they've already got firings.
Authorities arrived and treated the situation with seriousness, but Andrew never released a follow-up video. So, the identities of the three men and their intentions remain a mystery. One thing is certain, that night turned out to be far more than just a routine ghost hunt. Trent is someone who combines two unlikely passions, nature and gaming. He's transformed his van into a fully mobile gaming rig, allowing him to travel the world and play video games from breathtaking and remote locations, always with his cute puppy by his side. But this trip felt different. He ventured to a place with a much eerier atmosphere, the notorious Phantom Canyon Road.
That transported passengers and gold from Canyon City to Victor, Colorado. And while that general synopsis may not sound very spooky to you, there is a reason why the locals call this road Phantom Canyon Road. And today I'm going to explore some of those stories while I camp in this supposed haunted forest.
Night had settled in, and Trent was now making his way down a dark, unpaved road. After some time, he finally reached his campsite.
Okay, I think this is a good campsite for the night. We're right in the middle of this canyon here, and we've got a nice, beautiful, flowing creek right in front of us. However, we are right off the dirt road, but that doesn't bother me too much. I mean, the dirt road is the whole reason why we're here anyway.
Even his puppy had a little headlamp on, which was honestly adorable. After that, Trent headed into his van, set up his Starlink for internet, and grabbed a bite to eat.
Okay, now for the best part. Let's give this a taste test. Dang, that looks good.
After finishing his meal, Trent decided to go for a hike. While out on the trail, he stumbled upon something that caught his attention, though there was something oddly eerie about it.
Wait. Oh, that's right. Oh. I don't know if you guys can see this. Wow. This is both incredibly creepy and beautiful at the same time. I don't know. I feel like if there were any place that I would... The freak was that?
He lingered in the tunnel for a while, but that's when he started hearing unsettling sounds.
You know, I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me or not, but I definitely just heard singing. Like distant singing. Okay, I know for a fact that the camera can't pick it up. It is so faint that I'm like struggling to hear it. And I don't know if it's like the sounds bouncing off the tunnel walls or what, but it literally sounds like people singing.
He returned to his van, and that's when something strange happened there as well.
I hope the camera picked it up, but I just heard a thud outside. I just turned on my light outside my sliding door. I don't see anything out the windows. It sounded like something hit my van. I'm like shaking right now. Hello?
He began searching for the source of the noise and eventually noticed a small shovel that had likely been propped against the tire and simply fallen over, making the sound. Even though he had probably solved the mystery, he still felt uneasy, like something was watching him. This video comes from Ray RLC, a channel well known for its eerie and disturbing content, often showcasing people exploring creepy, abandoned locations. On July 14th, 2024, two explorers entered what seemed to be an abandoned underground cave or tunnel system, likely somewhere in the southern US. The setting was cold, dark, and filled with an unsettling atmosphere, showing signs of past human and animal presence, like old footprints, mouse bones, and scattered debris. As they ventured deeper, using only their flashlights and cameras, the growing sense of uncertainty quickly amped up the tension.
I guess let's go investigate.
You think that was another mouse?
Probably. It'd be cool if we found another mouse.
But I mean, it's weird because it was deeper. Like, it was a deeper tap. Can a mouse actually make that kind of sound?
A bigger mouse?
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, look at that's like a collapsed area in there. Dude, that actually looks really creepy down there. Okay. So. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's for something.
Shh. Wait. Okay, douse your lights real quick. Shh. Douse your lights. Is that? Dude, it's coming. Stay out.
As they continue deeper into the cave, strange noises begin echoing from within. Driven by curiosity, but still cautious, they move forward. Until suddenly, after turning off their lights, they see it. Two glowing red eyes staring at them from the darkness. Whatever the creature is, it lets out a low, threatening growl, and the mood instantly shifts from curiosity to sheer panic.
I don't hear anything.
Shh, I just heard something. Dude, come this way. Let's go.
We should have turned the lights on. I can't see where I'm going. You should try to turn your lights down or something. Go. Go. Turn on, go. Turn on, where? Right there, go.
Because it's going to go that way and notice that it didn't find us. It's probably going to come back.
I think this is a way out, but let's just kind of. I don't think it's coming right now. All right.
It just keeps going. Okay. All right. We're in luck. Past that break, it gets going and opens up down there. Let's just go and see where it goes.
Sure.
Say a prayer.
Yeah.
I am really tired.
Bro, I see light.
What?
Turn off your light.
What? Sure. Oh, sorry.
I see light.
Light. Dude, that's sunlight. That's sunlight. Dude, let's go. We're saved. Oh, praise be the light of day. We're gonna live to see another day.
Fortunately, they made it out of the cave safely and without injury. Though visibly shaken, the encounter left behind more questions than answers. What exactly had been in there with them? Was it just a wild animal or something else entirely? Something we were never meant to see? Austin Armstrong was out camping solo, far from civilization, when things suddenly took a turn for the worse. What started as a peaceful night quickly became unsettling.
You can't really see anything out here, so yeah, I have this flashlight. It's got a good beam on it. So I found a stack of firewood out this way. Okay, you can kind of see that light right there. So that's an outhouse. So if I follow this light where my light's going here, there's a former campfire that was over here, and somebody left a decent stack of firewood. So it was mostly wet. What? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like something literally just went boom over there. Holy crap. I gotta go check it out. I don't see anything. I hope that showed up on the camera. Let's see. Okay, this is better. Come on. Surely there's not something out here right now. I will be upset. Hello? Oh my god. I would be so upset if there's something out here right now. But that was a very large boom and snap. It sounded like there was something like climbing through something. So it could have been an animal. But I'm praying to God that it was something collapsing in the fire. But it was very, very loud. Oh, I guess you guys, maybe you guys can see this. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back on my way now. Oh, I hope to God something's not out here right now. Alright, so here's an update. Well, the fire's doing really well, or was, up until this point. And then the rain started again. So, it's great. This is why I came out here, I guess, is, challenge the camping and just be away and just, I don't know. So that'd be a good idea. Still don't know what the big boom thing was. I've been keeping the music on my phone going, keeps my mind off of it. I don't know. It probably was just a fire, I hope. That's how I keep telling myself. My phone's dying. So that sucks. Without the phone, there's no music, which means I have to listen to everything around me. So I'm sure I'll figure out something. I'll probably just turn the van on and charge it there for a little bit. Get a good charge going. The hot dogs were good. Get that. That was pretty good. Finish off a whole bag of hot dogs. So, I mean, it's all right. All right. So, update. I found out what that crash was earlier. What it was, so I put the sign had fallen down in the middle of the road that said, like, safe area, no dogs, no weapons. And so I set it up against one of the tables, like one of the camping tables. So I set it up against that because it was in the middle of the road. And I look over whenever I went out to go to the bathroom or something, and it was laying on the ground. So I was like, wait a minute. That makes sense.
While gathering firewood, Austin suddenly heard a loud bang echoing from somewhere in the distance. It startled him, and he couldn't tell if it was caused by an animal or a person. Either way, it made him cautious about spending the night there. To be safe, he chose to stay in his van. Later, when he went to use the public restroom, he discovered the source of the noise. It was a fallen sign he had seen earlier. After putting it back up, his nerves settled, and he was finally able to relax and enjoy the rest of his camping trip. Ramble Soul is a channel run by a couple from Turkey who try out different tents in stunning outdoor spots. Their setups are usually large and beautifully arranged, and this video is no exception. This time, they chose a lakeside location for some fishing. Once they got there, they began unpacking and putting up their tent. Later in the day, they finished setting up their tent, took their boat out on the lake, and successfully caught a few fish. After returning, they lit a fire in the stove and began cooking dinner.
çok soğudu hava.
After finishing their meal, they went inside the tent and settled in for the night. The next morning started off perfectly. It was a beautiful day. They stepped outside to make breakfast, but while they were cooking, something unexpected occurred.
Rüzgar açık mı?
Oh. Oo. O ne ya?
Aşkım. Ya. Oh. Saçmalama. Dur.
Al şunu al. Ne var içeride?
Oh.
Sana yandım. Arabanın anahtarı.
Ya patlar mı onlar?
Patlayacak bir şey yok. Çok yaklaşma. Tüpler patlayabilir.
Of ya. Oh. Of ya.
Ta bagajın altındaki gözde. Vay be. Olaylar ya.
Bizim siyah poşetimiz kaç tane vardı?
Siyah poşet 2-3 tane var herhalde ya. Bakarım çantaya. Şuna bak ya. Ya kuzu vallahi buna şükür ya.
Gerçekten öyle.
Yani iyi büyümedi ha. Ha nasıl oldu ben hala anlamadım ya. Şu ne? Ha priz. Işığa takılıyor.
Çadır, hoşça kal çadır.
Elveda çadır diyorsun ha?
Hı.
They weren't exactly sure how it all started. It clearly wasn't the stove and nothing nearby was burned. Whatever caused it remains a mystery. The important thing is, they weren't inside the tent when it happened. If they had been, the outcome could have been much worse. In the end, it's a reminder not to place too much importance on material things when your life could be at stake. Always be prepared for the unexpected. Thankfully, they made it out safely. On September 28, 2024, the creator behind 401 Files returned to the notoriously haunted Naughty Auction Moors in the UK, a region known for paranormal, cryptid, and extraterrestrial activity. During this visit, they explored a previously uncharted part of the forest near the ruins of an ancient Roman settlement. The area is rich with history, featuring old Roman embankments and barracks still hidden beneath moss and soil. Tales of strange happenings here go back centuries, making the location especially eerie.
I keep looking in, I keep checking in with Lily, just to make sure that she's not picking up on anything, and right now she doesn't seem like she's alert. Is that someone shouting? I can't work out if that's human sounds or animal sounds. It would be so cool to hear something of that era, something that I could identify as being out of place. For example, the sounds of wooden wheels of a horse cart or something like that. You know, that just wouldn't be something that you'd hear up here, especially with it being on grass. It's crazy to think that I'm kneeling down on the floor in the middle of a Roman fort. I almost would love to have some kind of technology that would rewind the clock, so I could see me sitting here right now in the middle of this path as everybody around me is going about their daily activities, like Roman soldiers sharpening their weapons, maybe practicing some kind of war strategies.
As the sky grows darker, Ben kneels on the ground talking to the camera when a series of unsettling noises start echoing through the forest. First, a chilling sound that resembles a woman's scream breaks the silence, followed by an eerie whistling. The strangest of all is a faint noise he didn't even notice at the time, which sounds almost like a horse in the background. The mix of these sounds creates a deeply unsettling atmosphere, especially in such a historically rich and isolated location.
Quite a way away from the phone, just so that it doesn't trigger it. So right now I'm about, okay, turning on in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it seems like it's found its level, so I will begin. If there is any Roman soldiers that were stationed in this barracks, that served here for any length of time, that wishes to communicate, please step close to the device held in my hand. If you was a Roman soldier and you was based in this location at any time, could you please step close to the device held in my hand? Was you based here? Do you have a husband or a boyfriend or partner that was stationed here? Are you still there?
Ben uses his EMF reader to try and communicate with what he suspects are the spirits of Roman soldiers. He picks up some faint signals that he interprets as proof of a presence, but the responses don't seem very forthcoming. What's your take? Did Ben really make contact with a Roman soldier's spirit? And do you trust EMF readers and other ghost hunting devices as reliable evidence of paranormal activity? On January 27th, 2022, the YouTube channel Oreo Speedwagon shared a chilling video. In it, the host and his partner Rachel document their overnight camping trip in a remote wilderness area in their van. At first, the host recalls the previous night as peaceful and normal, but things shifted once the other campers packed up and left. The forest, once lively and inviting, suddenly felt heavy and oppressive, like something unseen was lurking nearby. Though his channel doesn't focus on ghost stories or the paranormal, paranormal. He admits the feeling in the woods was hard to ignore. Later that night, while relaxing in the van and listening to a football game with the window cracked open, he was jolted by a distant scream echoing through the forest.
Listening to a football game in the van. The window was up because it's chilly. Badger was outside a while ago, and he seems okay now. But a while ago, there were two specific areas, and they're actually back off over here somewhere, that he was staring at.
At first, he thinks the noise might be from a bobcat or some other wild animal, but it doesn't sound right. It isn't the usual high-pitched scream. This one is deeper, more like a roar. He even jokes it reminds him of the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, but deep down, it makes him uneasy, curious, and not the kind to just sit and wonder. He grabs a flashlight and heads into the woods with his dog, Badger. Right away, something feels wrong. The forest is strangely quiet. No crickets, no birds, nothing moving, just stillness. As they go on, Badger suddenly freezes, tense and alert, like he senses something close by.
Man, I wish I could have caught the sound on camera. It doesn't mean on the mic, it doesn't mean that you could have heard it, because it sounds like it's far, far away. Where it would look like to me would be this area, this little ridge. That's purely conjecture on my part. I have no clue. But, you know, we could go into town. We could just pack up and go into town. I don't do that. I'm not going to let some sound run us off. If I feel unsafe, I'll leave, but I would really like to hear that sound again. It was a little, I'm not gonna lie, it sent chills up my spine, and I don't like that. This is what it looks like out here.
The host looks where Badger is staring, but doesn't see anything strange. He tries to calm down, thinking it's probably just a deer or coyote, but Badger's reaction still makes him nervous. After a few tense minutes, he heads back to camp, feeling like something is watching him. At the van, he tells Rachel, who had been napping and didn't hear the noise. They sit and listen together. For about 40 minutes, it stays silent. Just as they start to relax, a loud, far-off sound breaks the quiet and sends a chill through them.
I hear this. Can you hear this? Yeah, do not know what that, I don't.
At first, the sound is soft and nearly blends into the breeze, but as they pay closer attention, it becomes clearer and more purposeful. The host finds it hard to explain. It's not exactly a growl or a howl, and it doesn't sound like any animal calls they're familiar with. The sound gets louder for a brief moment before suddenly stopping, leaving a spooky silence behind. Later, as the wind picks up and coyotes howl far away, they prepare to sleep. Just as they start to fall asleep, something surprising occurs.
So I just woke up to somebody trying to get in our van. It's like 2:30 now. Woke up, I felt the van move, heard somebody try to open the door, and got up and turned the side light on. And when I did, started moving around, I heard some steps and I heard a vehicle take off from up over here. And I got outside, and I could hear the steps, or I could hear the vehicle. Sorry, I can't talk because I'm kind of shaking up right now. I could hear the tires rolling on gravel, and they went up this way and then made a left, and I could see tail lights, and they sat there for a minute. Then the tail lights went off. I didn't see them move. You know, I can deal with a lot of stuff. Animals trying to get in the van. You know, but we're out here a long ways away from anybody. And somebody trying to get in the van when it's obviously somebody's camping here. You can see our lawn chairs. You can see, I mean, we're camping. And yeah, somebody just come and brazenly try to get in. No. I'm going to wait here just for a minute. I'm standing outside. Going to be quiet now. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and leave. Yeah. We're at
Around 2:30 a.m., the host wakes up with a start when he feels the van move. Someone is trying to open the door, and his heart pounds. He grabs a flashlight and turns on the side light. Then he hears quick footsteps and a car starting. Looking out the front window, he sees taillights in the distance, but the car doesn't leave right away. It just sits there, idling on the gravel road. Frozen, he watches until the lights finally go out. When he steps outside to look, the car suddenly speeds away. It's normal for animals to poke around the van, but a person trying to get in while they're inside is scary. He stands outside for a bit to calm down, but the forest stays strangely quiet. After a while, he and Rachel decide it's safer to leave. They quickly pack up, lock the van, and drive away. Matty Van Halen is a YouTube creator known for his van life adventures, solo camping trips, and down-to-earth storytelling. On June 17, 2025, Matty was at a remote campsite with limited space, already settled into a quiet, scenic spot, when a younger traveler in a dark Toyota 4Runner with a rooftop tent arrived. The younger man explained that all the other sites were taken and asked if he could share the space. Matty, being generous, agreed, asking only that the new camper respect the area and give him a bit of space.
You are not gonna believe this. Unbelievable. This guy just pulls up a black or dark blue colored Toyota 4Runner pop-up tent on the roof. He pulls up, he comes up to my van. He says, hey, all the sites are taken. Do you mind if I camp here? We don't want to own everything. We share, whatever. You know, the guy pulls up. I'm way over here. He's way over here. Everything's cool. I know the situation. I've been there before when all the campsites are taken. You're desperate. The sun is about to go down. So you need a place. And I'm like, sure, no problem. And he's going to do me like that? Starts blaring his techno music? No, no, no. I'll show him some good music. I'll get in there and I'll start breaking out my guitar and I'll jam some Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'll show him some real good music. But this guy, what a jerk. What is wrong with these young people? I'm 53 years old. You know, I don't want much out of life except kindness, peace, and respect. And he can't even do that for a guy who's offering to share his campsite? It's insane. So he took off, and I hope he don't come back tonight. He can't take me. He's like 5'7", 5'8". You know, I'm an old guy, and I'm lanky, and I'm rangy, though. If he takes me down, I'm gonna, you know, I'll wrap my long leg around his neck, and I'll choke him out like an anaconda. You believe that? Look at my shadow. Look at that lanky body. Look at those long arms. Yeah, I'll choke him down. I'll choke him down to Chinatown. That was crazy. Yeah, I'm a little amped up right now. My goodness. The things that happen when you don't even expect it. I mean, what would you do in a situation like that? You should always say, unless you have a lot of people coming into your campsite, you should say, yeah.
After getting set up, the new camper starts blasting loud techno music just a few feet from Maddie's van, completely ruining the peaceful atmosphere. Maddie calmly walks over and reminds him that he's only there because Maddie allowed him to share the space. Unfortunately, the situation escalates quickly, and the two end up in a heated argument.
You just give me a little space, and he was gonna park right here, and he was gonna have all the way from the road all the way up to about, I guess, right here. And I was going to consider this my space right there. Wow. But yeah, when he started blasting that, I walked down here and said, you can't do me like this. I just offered you my campsite and you're going to do me like this? Oh my gosh. You know, and I don't cuss a lot. Every now and then I'll say, like, I'll drop an F-bomb every now and then, very seldom. And I don't say GD because I just don't believe in that. I don't say GD. But I'll drop an F-bomb every now and then, and we might have exchanged a couple of F-bombs. But yeah, he just went psycho on me. I don't want a psycho camping next to me, especially if he's going to be blaring techno music. You know how I feel about techno music. I've made some really funny jokes in the past about techno music, but some of them are kind of true. And apparently this guy's been listening to too much techno music, because yeah, he went psycho on me, but he took off. There's his tracks right there. You can see where he kind of spun a little bit, and he took on off. Let's hope he don't come back tonight. But yeah, he ran over my little beloved cone here. But he didn't know that this cone is very flexible. Watch this. You can see his tire tracks right there in it. Hold on. Maybe you can, right there. But look, it pops right back. Look at that. You can't the Matty cone. Wow, what a day. All right, this is amazing. So I guess I'll check in tomorrow and tell you if he comes back, and if you know, I have to choke him out or not. But maybe it won't come to violence. But I think everything's cool. You know, I think he understands. You know, I'm a nice old man, but I have my limits. And he's probably thinking, man, this dude is not going to play around, so he's gone. But he did have a nice rig. It was like either a dark blue or black Toyota 4Runner, nice pop-up tent. He could go anywhere in that thing. I mean, he could climb halfway up of those mountains over there, because 4Runners are amazing. Unfortunately, the driver of this 4Runner was not amazing. Yeah, he was a sawed-off little punk. Little mean little guy. I shouldn't have done that, but you know what? I'm gonna learn from this. I'm still going to be kind and generous, and I'm not gonna let this affect me in the future. If people ask, you know, if they're in a situation, it's getting dark, they need a campsite, I'll remember this to a point, but I'll try not to let this affect me in being less generous and less offering in the future. But it's going to take a long time to forget a situation like this. I mean, I don't know if this has ever happened before. Well, I know it hasn't happened like this before. But anyway, I'll check in tomorrow. Take care, be well, and smash the bell.
Fortunately, things never got physical, though the tension was definitely in the air. Matty stayed composed, even saying afterward that the incident gave him a bit of an adrenaline rush. Eventually, the music stopped and the situation cooled off, but the whole experience left room for debate. Who do you think handled it better, and who was out of line? Eleanor is the mind behind the YouTube channel Eleanor Grace Adventures, where she shares her passion for the outdoors through videos that feature everything from wild camping to tranquil moments in nature. Late last year, she embarked on a solo camping trip deep in a remote forest in Devon. With her channel now more focused on outdoor content, she was eager to settle into her compact two-person tent, a familiar setup despite previous run-ins with damp weather and even a surprise cockroach. The spacious, secluded site offered her a comforting sense of solitude, making it easy to relax and enjoy the stillness of the forest.
This looks like the perfect spot. I just wanted to bring my tent down before I bring the rest of everything that I normally bring, which you guys know is a lot. I couldn't think of anywhere better to camp tonight than right in the middle of the forest. Like the last time I put this tent up, I had a bit of a mishap. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit damp inside. But then again, when do I not have a mishap? I was also joined by a cockroach the last time I used this tent, so hello everyone, and welcome to my tiny tent. My tiny tent, two-man tent, barely fits one person. And welcome back to the newly named Eleanor Grace Adventures channel. I did change the name, Eleanor Grace Diaries. Well, it didn't really make sense. So I thought that I would start off the newer videos on this channel by coming camping, something that I haven't done on here in a very, very long time. I'm in a a forest in the middle of Devon. We're in a campsite at the moment, a very large campsite in the forest where the pitches are very far apart. I mean, this is just one pitchlet.
As night fell, things got a bit challenging for Eleanor. Her fire kept going out, and her flashlight was barely hanging on. Later, when she went to find the toilet, she wandered into the pitch-dark woods and quickly lost her sense of direction.
Last attempt of the evening. Yeah. There we go, that's better. After the 20th attempt of trying to keep my fire lit tonight, it's finally out again. The torch is dying as well, which is really, really great, isn't it? Let me just charge this up. Yeah, trying to find the toilet in the middle of a big forest. It's very dark.
Wandering in the dark and struggling to find her way, Eleanor was suddenly startled by a sharp, unidentifiable noise that cut through the silence, sending a wave of fear through her. Frozen in place for a moment, she pushed past her confusion and managed to find the toilet. She quickly made her way back to the tent, her heart still racing from whatever it was she'd just heard.
Stitch, where are you, mate? Hello? Oh, God. I found it. Don't look too excited. I've still got to find my way back yet.
Back in her tent, Eleanor couldn't shake the uneasy feeling between the open door and that eerie noise earlier. Sleep didn't come easily. Then the weather took a turn for the worse, with heavy rain and strong winds lashing against the tent. Some of her gear got soaked, and by morning, she was feeling it. Her back was aching, and the thought of enduring another night in the drenched tent was more than she could bear.
Guys, it is absolutely creepy as hell with this door open.
I haven't experienced weather in the tent like this yet. It is hammering tonight, like crazy amount. Okay, oh my God, my equipment inside is getting soaked. I got too curious. I'm away!
With her gear damp and her body sore, Eleanor decided to leave the tent behind for the night and sleep in her car instead, where it was at least a bit more comfortable. What started as a peaceful getaway had quickly turned into a stressful, uncomfortable night. From the strange sound in the darkness to the pounding storm, the question still hung in the air. What made that eerie noise in the woods? Was it just an animal, someone nearby, or something more unsettling hiding in the shadows? This footage comes from the YouTube channel Work Less Enjoy Life More. What was supposed to be a chill winter overlanding trip in the remote backcountry of Moab, Utah, quickly took a strange turn. Larry, along with his buddies Vic and Jeremy, set out in their custom-built rigs, looking forward to a few quiet days of fishing, relaxing, and camping under the stars. But by the end of the trip, Larry captured something on camera that he now calls the most disturbing thing he's ever seen in the wild.
So we had plans to make a dinner tonight, but one of Vic's friends is also camping with us. He left earlier to go into town, so he's picking us up some sort of chicken sandwich from a brewery, from Moab Brewery, right? Yeah. Yeah, so looking forward to that. So I guess I'm not going to be cooking dinner tonight, but that's all right. Should be worth it.
We've been sitting out here. We've been wanting to make a real fire, but it's just the winds have just been so strong all night, nonstop. I don't know what they are, 30-mile-an-hour winds or something. You can see the full moon back there. That's nice. But yeah, we've just been sitting around a little ammo can fire pit tonight, and
Dude, this freaking chair. I was just trying to like shine this on myself so you can see.
As night came, the wind suddenly picked up, with gusts hitting nearly 30 miles per hour, and the temperature dropped quickly. Then the sky started to shift. At first, just one light appeared above the canyon walls, then a second and a third. They hung silently in the air, with no flicker, no noise, and no clear source. The lights didn't match any usual aircraft pattern. Instead, they slowly rotated, forming a perfect triangle that would appear and vanish without warning.
oh, it's coming back. Look, there's another bright one. All right, there's two bright ones. now they both went away. There they come. Here's another one, another bright one.
The lights kept appearing and disappearing for nearly an hour, always coming back to the same spot in the sky. At one point, they formed such a perfect triangle that it matched the classic shape of a TR-3B, those mysterious triangle-shaped aircraft often tied to secret government programs or UFO sightings. It felt strange and unreal, unlike anything he'd ever seen. Larry had spotted plenty of satellites and planes before, but this was something else entirely. The next morning, he reviewed the footage and confirmed the lights had stayed visible well past midnight. Without much discussion, the group quietly decided to pack up and move to a lower elevation. Adam is the creator behind the YouTube channel Wandering where he shares captivating outdoor adventures, from car camping and hiking to uncovering lesser-known natural spots around the UK. But on one trip, Adam experienced firsthand how unpredictable and even unsettling solo adventures can become. This particular journey led him to the east coast of England near Scarborough.
I'm going to be abandoning the coastline today and I'm going to be heading inland. I'm going to be going to a really famous little spot up in the North York Moors called Rosedale. I've found a 10-mile hike, stretches all around the area. It should be absolutely fantastic, although we do have a bit of an issue at the minute. Being it is a 10-mile hike, it's going to take me 5 hours and it's already 12:30 and it's an hour's drive from here, so we really need to get a regular.
Adam had chosen to head inland to a well-known location in the North York Moors called Rosedale, where he planned to tackle a demanding 10-mile hike. With daylight already slipping away, he wasted no time and made his way straight to the trailhead, ready to get started on his trek.
I've got to say, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. It's supposed to be a 55-minute drive and I'm not there yet. It's been a nightmare drive, windy roads and stuck behind slow traffic, and the weather, oh mama. It's as grim as your grandma's mole. It doesn't bode well for a big hike. Still, at least we're in the North York Moors.
When Adam arrived, he found the village of Rosedale to be peaceful and charming, complete with free parking and public toilets. An ideal beginning to his day, even with a late start and his hungry stomach. Before setting off on the hike, he took a moment to eat and unwind, enjoying a bit of calm without the pressure of filming, one of the small but meaningful joys on these physically demanding adventures.
I've just got my hair in the car window. I look like a badly remade Dolph Lundgren or something. I'm going to have to get it recut or cut when I get back to Leicester, but more importantly for now, I need to negotiate this village and find the head of the trail.
As Adam made his way through the village and reached the start of the trail, he remembered a friend's warning about how tough the hike could be. Right from the beginning, the path was muddy, giving him a preview of the wet and messy conditions he'd be dealing with after that morning's rain.
I have to get to this little village. There's not much else around there. The village of Rosedale. Old man Grumpster told me about this one many moons ago. Every time I come up North York Moors or around this area, oh, have you been Rosedale yet? Well, yeah, today we have. He always tells me the tale of how, I think he's probably hiked this hike, and he says it absolutely worn him out, something chronic, and then in the evening when they got back from the hike, they were staying on a campsite and they went for a really big drink, and yeah, I think he damaged himself or twisted his ankles or something on the way back from the pub to the campsite.
What happened next gave Adam chills, a strange and unsettling moment in the stillness of the moors. A gate he had just walked through, which he had left wide open, suddenly shut on its own without any clear reason.
Little bad boy's out. Wow, there's some proper glamping going on around here. There's some probably little hutty things. I better not cheat to rent for the night though. Oh, days, what have we just been talking about? This gate behind there, someone's just walked through it and it was wide open, and like me, I just left it wide open. I don't know why. As I walked through it, it closed itself. Just had a shiver go up my spine. Let's keep moving. Hell, that was well wet.
Even though the area was beautiful, the trail kept getting tougher. Adam had to make his way through wet, muddy spots that made it hard to keep going. The difficult path made him start to wonder if he'd chosen the best route.
Beautiful little area, a little stream down the back, bluebells all around, but I'm not feeling this trail so much at the minute. I mean, look, it keeps doing it as well. There's multiple routes to go, one up there, I could cut across the bridge there. They all look all right, don't they? But no, we'll choose the most boggiest, muddiest one straight through the bog field. And it keeps doing it. I don't know. Oh, I'm almost sinking. Oh, there's no way through. Gordon Bennett. Oh, listen to that.
As the weather worsened and thick fog rolled in, the whole place took on a really eerie feel. With no phone signal and total silence around him, Adam felt a deep sense of isolation. Trying to lighten the mood, he joked about werewolves and how creepy the quiet had become.
Oh, it's so eerie up here. I'm scaring myself. This is mad. It's just silent. And the fog. Oh, mate, come with me. Honestly, I almost feel like you're my only comfort at the minute. There's no one else here. Oh, mate, just imagine if a werewolf bounded over the ridgeline there. But at least you ain't a werewolf. Oh, it's going to be a freaky night tonight now, isn't it? Alone on the moors. Hey, in fog. I'll tell you what, I bet this whole area is beautiful on the right day with stunning views all around. Today's not the right day. I'll hold my hands up. I've just been looking around, seeing if I can find something to see if there's little snippets of views and such. And oh, hang on. Oh no, just another bit of cloud.
In the middle of nowhere, the sense of mystery in the empty moors only grew stronger. Not long after, Adam came across the sheriff's pit, an old ironstone mine, and the remains of the Rosedale Railway. These forgotten pieces of history added an interesting but still eerie feel to the already lonely landscape.
Bloody hell. Wow. I've heard a couple of them up here. I don't know what type of bird they are, but they're making an amazing noise. It's a real squeak or something. I've never heard anything like it. But anyway, the sheriff's pit. Oh, hang on a minute. It could be one of these. A ring... What? Uzi? Oh, yeah. One of them. And it is. Oh, mate. I've just seen a ring Uzi. What? Oh, a ring Ouzel. Oh, there we go. That's better. So I can only assume what's in there is the pit. Maybe a big hole down there. And there is a little bit of remnants up here. They're saying this sheriff's pit closed in 1911 or something.
As Adam started making his way back to the car, he kept an eye out for a good spot to camp for the night, even with the thick, eerie fog still hanging around him.
Here we go. I'm heading back towards the crib at the minute, obviously. I mean, that's the way we were going since the start. In a full circle back to the crib, you know what I mean? But anyway.
Looking for a good place to spend the night turned out to be tough, since most of the spots had no phone signal, a key comfort when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
There is, however, one issue. No phone signal. So, oh my days, I didn't realise it was that steep.
After settling on a possible spot, the night took a spooky turn. Heavy rain started pouring down, and the sound of it hitting the ground, and the car made it seem like other vehicles were pulling up beside him. It only made Adam feel more alone and exposed.
Enough of that. Look at the state of the weather. Listen to that. Honestly, I can't believe how heavy it is. It's such a good thing I decided to cut back on that trail and not do the full length of it. I'd have still been outside now. I'd have been absolutely drenched. It is making this area a little bit more eerie though. I've got to be honest, it's a bit dodgy. Honestly, I've only been here about 45 minutes. I've already had one car full of clowns pull up. I mean, say clowns, they weren't like white-faced and wearing red noses or anything, but yeah, some young uns. I don't know what was up with them. Fair play, whoever, whatever, young uns, you know, but they got out of the car and they were standing there screaming their head off. Bit random, but yeah, so I hope it's not off through for like utes or whatever tonight.
The strange vibe only got worse when a group of loud young men, dressed as clowns, pulled up in a car, shattering the quiet and making Adam wish they'd move on soon. Even with the weirdness and gloomy weather, he went ahead and tried to make dinner. What started as a basic meal quickly turned into a funny disaster, adding a bit of chaos to an already unsettling night.
To cook this Chinese pork, no bone, with a bit of cheesy mash. But because I've cooked that about 6 times on the channel, I thought I'd better do something a little bit more fancy tonight. I'm not joking when I say the fact that these meatballs are in gravy and not tomato sauce is a bit of an headache. It's a bloody nightmare. Honestly, I've had that tin of meatballs and this meal on the couch for about 3 weeks now. And now realise that it's bloody gravy.
Despite the cooking blunders and the strange vibe of the night, Adam still managed to pull his meal together, and to his surprise, it tasted pretty good. Later, while lying in bed, he could hear people outside.
Wow. So all I can hear is the wind howling. Nightmare. It's a bit eerie up here. It's been raining on and off, and when the rain's coming down, it kind of sounds like somebody's driving near you and such. It's a bit weird. I've only had one car really drive by in about the past 4 hours, but that was weird. Because the road's so close next to me, it sounds like someone's like almost pulling up next to you. It's really weird. I think I'm just freaking myself out. I think I need to get to bed. It's late. I'll see you in the morning.
Later, Adam admitted on camera that he was probably just psyching himself out and really just needed some sleep. Despite the mix of creepy moments and silly mishaps, he woke up to a brighter morning with beautiful views of the valley, a nice reward after a rough night. Even though the trip got off to a late and unpredictable start, it turned out to be a solid adventure, leaving him feeling refreshed and ready for whatever came next. Have you ever been intrigued by the eerie legends from the East? One of the most chilling is the Chinese Ghost Festival. Held on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month each year, it's believed that on this night, the gates of the underworld open, letting spirits roam the earth. Some come seeking loved ones, others, revenge or closure. Curious about the legend, YouTuber Xiaolong decided to investigate it firsthand. On the cold evening of March 21st, 2024, he ventured alone into a forest in China that locals claim is cursed. Deep in those woods lies an old, abandoned graveyard, said to be most active during Ghost Festival season. With his camera gear in hand, Xiaolong hiked 15 minutes into the pitch-black forest until he reached the forgotten burial ground.
你发现这个地方寸草不生吗？这应该是个绝户地，也就是我们常在电影里面听到的极阴之地，称之为鬼煞之地。这个地方，兄弟们，我操，这很有可能会出现僵尸啊！得亏我今天请了一个我最牛逼的法器。 纯纯的桃木剑，兄弟们，这个真是开过光的，不要笑话我啊！纯纯桃木剑啊，兄弟们。
He sets up his camera, lays out his gear, and starts asking questions, hoping to reach out to whatever might be lingering beyond the veil. At first, everything is still, but then something happens.
我给你吹了，有能耐你就出来，没能耐我下班。今天我也差不多了，因为平台给我卡个 B 型。 我的妈呀！我操你妈！我操！我的妈！我操！
3 distinct footprints suddenly appear in the sand, yet no one is visible on camera. Did Xiaolong accidentally awaken something from the other side? He doesn't stick around to find out. Grabbing his gear, he bolts. But just as he turns to his left, something even more terrifying unfolds. Xiaolong suddenly freezes. Then the footage glitches and the screen goes black. There's been no update or explanation from him since, which leaves one big question. Did he really capture something paranormal during the Ghost Festival? Or was it all just a well-planned setup for attention? The creators behind the YouTube channel Oreo Speedwagon returned to the spot where their fascination with cryptids first began. On this chilly evening, the experience is just as captivating as their past visits. The host, joined by his wife and their dog Badger, revisits the location where, years ago, he first heard mysterious sounds that inspired him to start documenting possible Bigfoot encounters. He points out that every time they come here, something strange always happens. This time, they're not planning to hike far or build a fire. Their goal is simply to listen and observe.
Well, there's nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Just stared there for a minute out there.
Right.
They park in the same spot they visited many times before, roll down the windows, and settle in to wait. But something feels different this time. Their dog, normally full of energy and eager to explore, stays unusually close to the car, tail low and ears perked. He doesn't wander off like he usually does, and that's the first sign that something isn't quite right.
There's the coyotes.
No way.
Oh, that showed up.
I did pee out here earlier. That is not a freaking coyote.
No, it's not a coyote.
Everything's quiet until a bunch of coyotes start howling in the distance. Nothing unusual, since they're pretty common in the area. The host even mentions that their calls are easy to recognize. But then, right after the howls fade, a totally different sound answers back. It's not high-pitched like a fox or another coyote. It's a deep, low roar, creepy and powerful, like whatever made it wanted to let everyone know it was out there. The coyotes stop, and the whole forest goes dead quiet. Not a single sound. Even their dog, Badger, picks up on the vibe. He starts whining and won't budge from the car. Something feels off.
Don't say it's a fox. Foxes, that was a roar.
They don't carry like that.
No.
And they're like a high pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time we come out here. Now, when you come out here by yourself, does it happen? I'm just asking.
What do you mean?
When you and Jacob, and when y'all come out here.
No. I think it's her.
For a while, nothing else really happens, until suddenly there's a loud knock, a deep, dull thud, like something heavy hitting a tree. People often mention sounds like that in Bigfoot reports, calling them tree knocks, possibly used for communication. Whether you believe that or not, the timing definitely makes you wonder. The host doesn't freak out or make a big scene. He just stops and takes it in, clearly processing what he just heard.
What's
going on though. But there's. Oh, okay. Okay. No, but there's something else.
As soon as we heard the coyotes, they did their little howling for 30 seconds or so. They stopped. And then immediately after that, something else roared that was absolutely not a coyote. Coyote. However you pronounce it. Probably going to run back up here to the car with Rachel, get in it, let it run, because it's a little chilly out here. We'll leave the windows down. Car's pretty quiet, so if we hear anything, are you out of the car? Did you just get in it? Because I heard a noise back here. No, that's fine. Yeah, I heard that. It's but it wasn't a howl. It almost sounded like a tree knock, like it was a rotten piece of wood or something. Does that make sense? What's
As the host keeps filming, he starts wondering what it is about this place that makes it so strange, because something weird happens every time he's been there. Sometimes it's distant howls, other times it's the sound of footsteps in the brush when no one's around. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.